Karen sent fake cops to find my fence. She didn't know I'm an FBI agent. I've been yelled at by cartel lieutenants, chased through sewers in Prague, and interrogated corrupt sheriffs in West Texas. But nothing prepared me for being fined by fake cops over a fence. The woman behind it, Karen Lockridge, HOA tyrant, clipboard queen, and the walking embodiment of you don't belong here. It started on a Tuesday, the same day my wife planted sunflowers along the edge of our backyard. The same day my teenage son and I finally finished the cedar privacy fence that wrapped our new corner lot. We'd only been in Deer Creek Pines for 3 weeks. Quiet neighborhood, retired couples, trimmed lawns, zero crime, or so I thought. I pulled into my driveway around 4 p.m., still wearing slacks and my bureau ID clipped to my belt. That's when I saw the envelope taped to my gate. Big red letters, violation, unapproved structure, HOA enforcement. Inside was a fine for $750. Reason non-compliant fence height, color, and location. It was hand-signed Karen Lockridge, Chief Compliance Officer, Deer Creek HOA Enforcement, Division 1 problem. There is no active HOA in Deer Creek Pines, and even if there was, the fence is 100% legal. I knocked on 3 neighbors' doors. All said the same thing. She just started showing up a few months ago. Said the old board voted her in, but no one saw it happen. She fines people over mailbox paint. We're all scared to push back, scared of a woman with a clipboard. That's when I knew this wasn't just a misunderstanding. It was a power grab, and it was about to meet a federal wall. The next morning, I checked the county records. Deer Creek Pines HOA dissolved in 2019. No current charter, no board, no dues, nothing. Karen, she had filed nothing official, but she had printed an entire booklet called the Deer Creek Compliance Code. It was complete fiction. She was issuing fake fines, threatening violators with liens, and she had 3 rent-a-cop guys patrolling the streets with HOA enforcement stitched on their shirts. I'd seen enough. That afternoon, my wife texted me, "They're here, 3 guys, said we're under HOA inspection." I was 20 minutes from home. By the time I pulled up, they were standing at my fence again. One was measuring post height, another was scribbling into a pad, the third was taking photos of my house, and there was Karen, pointing and shouting, "It's a clear violation. The stain color isn't approved, and it obstructs the visual curve of the street." I stepped out of my truck and said calmly, "Step away from my property." One of the men turned, "Sir, we're performing a code enforcement inspection. Then show me your badge." He held up a laminated card with an eagle and a barcode. No department, no county seal, no legal standing. I pulled mine. Federal Bureau of Investigation. The man paled. Karen blinked. You can't intimidate HOA personnel. That's a federal offense." I smiled. "No. Karen, what's a federal offense is impersonating law enforcement and trespassing on private property under false pretenses." I held up my phone. "You've been recorded. You've issued fraudulent fines. And I've got every document you've mailed to residents, including your so-called legal notices, none of which are registered with the county." She tried to speak. I kept going. "You've collected over $15,000 in fake fees. You've threatened seniors, harassed children, and now you've crossed onto the property of a federal agent." Within 10 minutes, the sheriff's office showed up. I briefed Deputy Ramos, someone I'd worked with before on a trafficking sting. He reviewed the footage, read the paperwork, then asked Karen for her enforcement license. She offered her clipboard. He took it and cuffed her on the spot. The 3 officers, turns out, one was an ex-security guard fired from a mall. Another had a suspended private investigator license. The third, no credentials of any kind. All 3 were arrested for impersonating law enforcement, criminal trespass, and harassment, but I didn't stop there. I interviewed 6 neighbors, helped them draft statements, filed a formal fraud complaint with the county DA, and then I called a friend, an IRS liaison who specializes in asset forfeiture. Karen had created a PayPal account labeled Deer Creek HOA Fines. She moved the money into a private savings account labeled K-Lock Community MGMT, and that made it wire fraud. By week's end, Karen Lockridge was facing wire fraud, mail fraud, discrimination, impersonating law enforcement, trespassing, harassment, and conspiracy to defraud residents. She took a plea deal, paid restitution to every homeowner, surrendered her home, and was barred from participating in any housing organization for life. The news hit local TV, then state news, then Reddit. FBI agent exposes fake HOA queen pin in suburban takedown. The comments were glorious. The fence was stronger than her fraud. Karen messed around and found out federal edition. But the best part, Deer Creek Pines came alive again. People came out of their homes, planted gardens, hosted porch nights. We voted in a community liaison group, not an HOA, just neighbors helping neighbors. No fines, no fear, just trust, and my fence still standing, straight, solid, 6 feet high, but now with a small metal plaque attached to the middle post. This fence is federally protected. Karen tested, FBI approved. Some people build fences to keep others out. I built mine to hold something in truth. And when fraud knocks with a clipboard, you answer the door with a badge. The end.